Hey everyone, welcome back. Sometimes the most amazing stories are hiding in the plainest sight, like in a faded newspaper clipping or maybe an old invitation. Well, today, we're going to be detectives. We're taking two simple documents from a family's history and piecing together the whole story of a huge life moment that's packed inside. So yeah, let's grab our magnifying glasses and jump right in. Okay, so here's what we're working with. On one side, we've got an invitation to a bridal tea, and on the other, a formal engagement announcement from a newspaper. I mean, at first glance, it's just paper, right? But when you put them together, they tell a surprisingly complete story. So the big question for us is, what are these two little pieces of paper really telling us about April Marsh and Lance Roberson as they got ready to start their life together? All right, so every good story starts with its main characters. So first things first, let's meet the couple at the very heart of all this, April and Lance. Wow, okay, right off the bat, just a few lines from that one newspaper clipping give us a really clear picture. We learn that April went to the Randolph School and then the University of Alabama, getting her BA in liberal arts in 2001. And then we have Lance. He graduated from Oxford High back in 95, went to UAB, and got a Bachelor of Science in Biology in 99. And get this, he's already working in his field as a pharmaceutical sales specialist for a company called Pharmacia and Upjohn. But of course, a wedding's never just about two people, right? It's about bringing two whole families together. The announcement introduces us to April's parents, Mr. and Mrs. Donald Marsh from Huntsville, and Lance's parents, Mr. and Mrs. Edward Roberson, who are from Coleman. So right away, our story is grounded in real places, with real families. Okay, so we know who we're talking about. Now let's figure out the when. Let's see how these two documents fit together, kind of like puzzle pieces, to build a timeline that takes us from the big announcements all the way to the wedding day. And boom, just like that, the whole timeline starts to click into place. First, we have the official engagement made public in the newspaper. Then, thanks to the invitation, we can nail down a really important pre-wedding event, a bridal tea for April on Sunday, January 27th. And finally, the announcement gives us the big finale. The wedding itself is set for March 2nd. A whole beginning, middle, and end, all from just two documents. But a story like this is so much bigger than just April and Lance. As we dig a little deeper, we start to see it's also about the entire community that's rallying around them. I mean, it really does take a village, and these documents totally prove that. Let's zoom back in on that invitation. It's for a bridal tea, which is a party thrown specifically to celebrate the bride-to-be. This isn't just some casual hangout, it's a planned, traditional event. And check out the location, Simcoe Baptist Church. That's a huge clue right there. It tells us that a church community is a really active part of this story. Now look at this. The party wasn't just thrown by one person. It was a group of 8 women, Martha, Pat, Connie, Jean, Joan, another Pat, Frances, and Paulette, who all came together to host this for April. I mean, that one detail says so much, doesn't it? It shows this incredible network of friends or family all chipping in to celebrate this couple. That is a serious support system. And you can see that this sense of community is really anchored in their church. 2 key locations pop up in our documents. The bridal tea happens at Simcoe Baptist Church, and the actual wedding ceremony is planned for the Whitesburg Baptist Center in Huntsville. These aren't just buildings, they're the pillars of the community, playing a huge role in these major life moments. All right, we've got the who, what, and when. But the really good stuff? That's always hidden in the details. So let's really try to read between the lines now and see what all these specific names and places can tell us about April and Lance's world. When you map out every single institution that's named, you can literally see the footprint of their lives. You see their education, from high schools like Randolph and Oxford, all the way to their universities, Alabama and UAB. You see Lance's professional life through his employer. And you see their community life, firmly anchored by those 2 Baptist churches. Every single name is a clue. And just think about what they studied. April with a degree in liberal arts and Lance with a bachelor's in biology. Now, that's not just some random fact, right? Lance's science degree flows directly into his career as a pharmaceutical sales specialist. His education is literally the foundation for his job, which gives us a much fuller picture of his own personal story. So let's just step back for a second. Think about everything we've figured out. The people, the places, the timeline, their whole community network, even career paths. And all of this whole rich story, came from just 2 pieces of paper.
It's kind of wild when you think about how much of our lives are packed into these ordinary, everyday documents. And really, every clue we've gathered, everything we've talked about, it all points to this one single sentence. This is where the whole investigation was heading. This is the moment that ties the families, the community, and the couple all together. A celebration planned for March 2nd. From a simple invitation and a little newspaper clipping, a whole, vibrant story just came to life.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? I mean, take a look at the old letters, invitations, or little announcements you might have lying around in your own life. If someone were to find them years from now, what stories would they tell? What incredible narrative is just hiding there in plain sight, waiting for someone to unpack it?